Hello, you amazing people. You're listening to the Marketing and Coffee Podcast, the show that brings you the latest in marketing, especially in the UAE market, with your host, Lijo Etup.
Welcome to another episode of Marketing and Coffee Podcast with Lijo. I first heard of Ben from my restaurant friends when they started talking about Chatfood. And online food ordering has grown exponentially. And what I love about Chatfood is the fact that they're trying to put the control back into the hands of the consumer, so as customer. So a very long career in retail and tech. So before starting Chatfood, Facebook, retail, travel, then yours, Saint Laurent, travel, so Microsoft travel industries. Welcome to the podcast, Ben. How long have you been in Dubai now?
Thank you, Lijo, for inviting me to the podcast. Very happy to be with you. I have been in Dubai for altogether 7 years now, but I came first time in 2012-13. Then I went back to Europe to work for Facebook. And then for personal reason, and as well as because Dubai is an amazing city to live in, I came back 4 years ago. And we started Chatfood with my co-founder, Vinny, a bit more than 2 years ago now.
Yeah, excellent. Do you think all these experiences, because a lot of the experience that you need on Chatfood from a consumer point of view, tech point of view, did it all set it up to form this Chatfood? How did it all start?
Yeah, I think it's really two things. The first part is that my co-founder and I, we are coming from small business owner families. My father had a small shop selling like TV and audio instruments, and both of our business got disrupted by large companies that would arrive and transform the market from one day to another, leaving those businesses in a place that was a bit difficult. So we always got a bit frustrated that usually technology is not really in the hand of the small and medium business owners, but it's usually controlled by one big company, and they create value for themselves from those small and medium businesses. And so we always wanted to try to use our technological skills to put back power in the hand of those guys and to build technology that could empower them basically to get rewarded for their hard work. So that's really like the core motivation, the deep motivation behind Chatfood, is to empower merchants, restaurants in particular, to be able to sell directly to their customers and access great technology. The second thing that you mentioned, Facebook. I was in charge of Facebook on the travel side when I was at Facebook. And I could see that Booking.com really transformed the travel industry, and a lot of hotels were coming to Facebook, to us, asking us help to connect them back with their customers. And this taught me two things. One is that social media are amazing platforms to create this connection back between consumers and brands. And second is that this aggregator platform was coming into many other industries. And so it was really time for technology to go on the side of the merchants and help them to find the right balance. Again, I always say that it's not about not working with food portals or aggregators, but it's about finding the right balance. You don't want to have all your business controlled by them. You for sure want to work with them because they add a lot of value to your restaurants, but it's not healthy if it's all your sales that goes through that. So you need to find the right balance, work with them, and at the same time be able to build your own sales channels, be in control of your customers, access your customer data, and being able to build relationship directly with your customers, and especially the most loyal ones. So that's our job at Chatfood, is to help restaurants connect with their customers, own their profits, and own their customer relationships.
Yeah, I think that is one of the biggest struggles, that it's not a win-win. And when it's not a win-win and it's a win-lose for the restaurant owners, they really struggle, and it's not a healthy long-term relationship and happy relationship. There has to be happiness in this relationship, which is not. So how does Chatfood do it differently from rest of the players in the market?
Yeah, I think to answer that question, it's very important to understand what happened, right? If you go back 3-4 years back in time, you were a normal restaurant. You would have most of your business that would come from dining customers, and probably your chef or in your kitchen was not fully optimized, right? You could maybe serve like 20 or 30 meals in the evening, but in fact, your chef could probably prepare 50 meals. So you had these 20 meals that was lost. So platforms like food portals came and told those restaurants, listen, we are going to send you orders so that you can use your kitchen to the maximum. And this was a very good deal because your costs were already taken care by your dining customers. And so every additional revenue that you would do would be pure profits. So to pay 30% to that, perfect, it's fair. I get more business. I have already my cost taken care of. I can afford this 30%. But what changed recently, and even more with COVID, is that suddenly 20 meals that you were receiving from delivery became 40, 50 meals. And the 40 meals that you were serving in your restaurants became 20 and then 10. And then your whole P&L structure changed. And those 30% commission that you used to pay and you could pay because it was on additional and incremental revenue became the core of your revenue, and then pay 30% on top of all the charge that you already pay at the restaurants. It became very hard to sustain, and in some cases, even impossible. So there's really a need for this industry to invent and to design a new business model where restaurants can sell online and own their profits and not have to pay those commissions.
Right.
But at the same time, it's very important to offer the convenience to consumers. Me as a consumer, or you probably, if you have ordered from food portals, it's an amazing experience, right? It's easy to use. You get your food fast. So you want to do that. And this is not going to stop. So the whole idea of Chatfood is how do we offer to restaurants the technology so not only they can sell and not pay commissions, but at the same time offer an amazing level of convenience and ordering experience to their consumers. So then they can keep them ordering from them directly. So that's what we do, is to try to develop the best tech possible, the best ordering experience possible, give it to restaurants so then they can use that, market themselves and sell to their customers directly.
Interesting. So you charge, it's a unique solution within the food portal kind of industry. So from a marketing point of view, what was the biggest challenge in building the Chatfood brand? And what has been the biggest learnings for you, and what course correction have you done along the way for that brand?
For me, I think it's pretty simple. That we are tech guys at heart.
Right.
So my co-founder is an amazing CTO and developer. Me, I come from technology companies like Microsoft or Facebook. So we always focused on building the best product possible. And to be honest, we were lacking a bit on the marketing and brand side. I have a core belief that the best products always win. And I still believe that when you build a great product, you create effect like word of mouth, people talk about it. And this is what happened with Chatfood. For a very long time, we didn't have any marketing. We didn't have any people selling Chatfood. And it was just growing through word of mouth, like restaurants owners talking to other restaurants owners and people coming to us. But definitely, it's really important as you grow and as you build your company to also build a brand and to invest in marketing and to try to simplify your message and express what you are doing in the best way possible. And I think it took us too long to focus more time and effort on that. And even now, we are not yet there. Like, we still have a lot of things to improve, to make our website easier to understand, to make our products easier to use on the restaurant sides. But we are getting there, and it's also a very interesting thing. So maybe if I would have to do it again, I would put more focus right from the beginning on building the brand, building the content, building the educational piece to help even better all restaurants to use Chatfood.
Yeah, and this I've heard it term from founders build a tech solution is that your best marketing is your product. If you can have you can't get away with average product and awesome marketing, but
you can make it work on the short term.
Yes,
because but on the long term, I do believe that it's difficult. So of course, product first is the most important. But again, if you want to build a great company, you need to have the two together. You need to have a great product and a great marketing and a great brand. And so this is what we try to do, and we try to focus more on at the moment.
Yeah, you said it's at the end of the day, it's a tech company, right? It's just a platform, and at the base of this is a tech company. But one of the big things of any tech company, for that matter, is to understand what a consumer goes through and while deciding. A lot of thought would have gone. What would they like? How do they order? Beside the operational part of it, from your understanding, how does the consumer decision making take place while ordering food, and how does the flow of thought process a consumer does that went into the building of the product?
So let's talk about the consumer, right? You, me, who wants to place an order.
Right.
What happens usually is that maybe you will download a food portal app, and the first month you will browse around a lot of restaurants and you will try out. And then quickly enough, you are probably going to filter down to 4 or 5 of your favorite restaurants.
Right.
It's what I call the Netflix effects. Usually maybe we'll go browse around, but at the end of the day, you always come back to the same restaurant. So I'm sure if I look at your ordering history on, I don't know which platform you use, I will see coming back the same type of restaurants. So once this is done and you have your 4 or 5 top favorite restaurants, there is also a high chance that maybe you follow them on Instagram, or you connect with them through social media, for instance. And this is where eventually I think Chatfood can be really useful, is that for this loyal base of customers, for the ones who are the most important for your brand as a restaurant, but at the same time, the one that you really want to connect with and have the data, they will maybe check you out on Instagram and want to know about your things. And then at this level, if you offer those customers an easy way to purchase the product together with eventually a reward to order directly. So for instance, most of our restaurants using Chatfood activate the loyalty program. So they reward their customers to order from them directly and regularly. So as it's your favorite brand, if it's easy for you to order from Instagram or from their website or even from WhatsApp, if you get rewarded for your loyalty and your ordering experience is good enough, you get your food fast and so on, there is a high chance that you will keep coming back and order from them directly. So this is usually the thought process that's happening for restaurants, that usually start to monetize your audience, your existing audience on social media, on your website. You connect with your customers, you convert them as loyal customers to order direct. And from that, then you can use all the data to start to grow your audience, grow your user base, reach out more people who look like your best customers, and then grow your pool and your volume of direct orders. So it's very important to have this in mind. Start with your loyal customers, convert them to order direct, learn from them so that you can be better at reaching out and convert more additional customers to your restaurants.
And I think you have an integration with Instagram in the backend to order food directly. And you can just have an order food tab within the Instagram pages of the restaurant.
Yes, exactly. This is something that's very important, is the ability to let your customers know that they can order from you on Instagram. We did a partnership with Instagram where as a restaurant, you can add an order food button on your Instagram profile. And even better, on your stories, even if you don't have 10,000 followers, you can add an order food sticker. So basically because the way usually people engage with your brand and with your restaurant in particular is mainly through stories, and they will browse through your stories. And if out of 3 or 4 stories, one of them tells them that they can order from that story, then it's amazing. Then you can start to create this connection. And if the ordering process inside the story is easy, you swipe up, you get your menu, you place your order, and in 2 clicks you can check out. It's something that's very important. That's why also Chatfood act as a community of restaurants coming together to offer that convenience to consumers. So what happened on Chatfood is that you as Lijo, let's say, I don't know, what's your favorite restaurants?
So mostly Indian restaurants. There is Mota Fish, there is Cuisine de Madlaba. So mix and match. But yes, you're right. There's the top 4, 5 that I keep reordering from.
So let's take a mix and match. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's say you order from them for the first time. So you will add your address, you will add your phone number, you will add eventually your credit card. So you will create your profile. You order from them, it's great. Now, tomorrow you see an ad from your favorite Indian restaurant, let's say, I don't know, like a Kulcha King or a restaurant like this. You see it from Instagram, you can swipe up or go on their menu, and then you can check out without having to add again your address, your contact details, and so on. Because you have created your Chatfood profile and you are identified on social media, you can use this profile across all your favorite restaurants and get this level of convenience that is very important for you as a consumer. Usually what consumers hate when it comes to order directly is to go through this checkout page where, again, I have to add my address, again, I have to add my email, again, I have to add my credit card. Come on, I don't want to do this. I just want to select my items and check out. So this is what we let restaurants do in Dubai and now across all the GCC, is to have this convenience that they can offer to their customers to check out easily. And we see it a lot, like now in Dubai, like a lot of consumers, like when they see restaurants and working with Chatfood, they know that they can check out easily. And so they are much more likely to purchase from that restaurant because they know that the ordering process is very simple.
It's interesting because one of the biggest challenges, one is filling the address. Now, the first reaction that a lot of restaurant owners had when they got disappointed with a lot of the existing portals, was that they started building their own websites. And the biggest challenge was the consumers very confused that they used to land on the page, no matter what discount you gave them, they used to be confused after the landing page. I'm sure the bounce rates would have been much high. They didn't even go to the stage of add to cart because they were said, wait, and then they go back to the portal site. I think there's a good, strong case of UX UI familiarity that I think Chatfood brings in. Do you believe that it should now start communicating to the consumers directly about Chatfood? Because right now your entire marketing has been to the customers themselves, that you go to Chatfood and you can order from multiple restaurants at the same time. Do you hope it to be a marketplace kind of a thing still or not?
So basically, you touch a very good point about the UX and UI. People are creatures of habits, right? So they don't like things that they don't know. Right. So nowadays, I think it's fair to say that everyone is pretty comfortable with the way to order food. So there is no reason to introduce an element of friction. And it's true that if you look back, maybe 1 year or 2 years back, most of the checkout experience and ordering experience to a brand on a website was very different from what you could find on a food portal. And so you as a consumer, you want that food, but you don't want to go through the pain of the checking out. So by trying to removing that frictions to restaurants, we help them to increase their conversion rate a lot. So that's something that's very important. After, our job at Chatfood is to do that, is to remove those frictions, is to make it easy to order as a consumer, and to make sure that on the restaurant side, when you receive an order, you can deliver it easily. So that's why we have done also a lot of integration with last mile logistic partner to automate all the delivery process. So for the restaurant, it's super simple to use Chatfood. Right. They just promote the system, get an order on the tablet, accept it. Drivers come, pick up the food. It updates the customers in live about the status of their orders. They can track the order, the driver on the map. So it's really like a streamlined and automated experience. And our job is to also empower restaurants to market themselves. But our business model is a commission-free business model. We don't charge commission. Right. So our take is much lower. We charge a subscription fee. So it's like when you go to Do or Etisalat or any telephone providers and you select a package for your phone, you select the package that match with your needs. And then Etisalat or Do job is to make sure that when someone wants to call you, you receive the phone call. But it's not, their job is not to have people calling you. You are in charge of making sure that some people wants to call you. So Chatfood works the same way. We give them the technology, but it's their job to make sure that there are people that wants to order from them. So of course we empower them and we help them a lot with the marketing. So nowadays, for instance, from Chatfood platform, you can run SMS, you can run very efficient ads on social media, on Instagram. There's a whole automation system that you can create reminders to your customers. So let's say you have ordered and you didn't order in the next 21 days or 30 days, as a business, you can create automation emails and notifications to remind you, hey, we miss you, come back to us. So we help them a lot to that, but always with this objective to empower them to market themselves.
Yeah, maybe start a sub and we said powered by Chatfood. The restaurant is powered by Chatfood. So yeah, that would be a good one for your brand.
Yes.
Yeah, because right now
this is important. This is important also for consumers, because they realize that after some time they understand that these restaurants powered by Chatfood, the checkout experience and the ordering experience will be easier, and so they are more likely to purchase when they see that. So this is important also on the consumer side to increase your conversions to have that.
Correct, and standardized. So they know that if I get into this, I know what's the kind of user experience I will get till the food comes home. So I guess that works fine. It's a win-win kind of a situation. So you recently had some activations with TikTok. So it's quite interesting. A lot of people find this fun and frolic. So tell us something more about that.
Yeah, but there's a fundamental rule when it comes to marketing and business is be where people are, right? You need to monetize where is your audience. So in the case of a restaurant, your audience is usually in three potential places. One is in your restaurant. So that's why it's very important for restaurants to also engage with their customers and collect the data from their dining customers. So we have developed a lot of tools for that to help them capture the email, the phone number of people coming for dining, so that they can put them in their CRM and then engage them either to come back to their restaurants or to order for delivery. Second is all this online presence that they have maybe on their websites from people who they are connected with on WhatsApp and so on. And third is social media. Facebook for a long time has been an amazing platform, and to some extent, and for some customers, it still is. Instagram is an amazing platform as well, where usually most of the restaurants engage, put some efforts to build their brand through Instagram. And now TikTok is coming in. Half of the Dubai population is active users on TikTok. So the audience of restaurants now is on TikTok. So it's our job, us at Chatfood, to give them the tool to connect with their audience on that platform as well. And then the good thing about TikTok at the moment is that the organic and the free reach that you can get is insane. If you are a bit creative and if you do good content, you can easily reach 100,000 and more people. So during that webinar we did with them and the partnership we have with them, we showed that example of Burger 28. We did some really cool videos and we're able to reach 800,000 views.
Wow.
With those videos without investing $1 in marketing, just by pure organic social media content. So imagine when 100,000 people see your brand, the translation in terms of sales, and if to that you connect an easy way to transact and to place an order, then the profitability of that is insane. And so that's what we try to do at Chatfood, is to always also educate restaurants on what's coming, the new trend, and where do they need to maybe pay more attention. We all know that running a restaurant is very difficult. You have a lot of things at the same time. So honestly, if we can help them and if we can simplify this marketing aspect for them, already it's something that hopefully add a lot of value for restaurants and help them to build better business ultimately.
Awesome. So on this latest, so COVID has made a huge difference. There's no comparison of before and after. I'm assuming here that it made a huge impact in the industry. How many of these changes do you think is going to be permanent?
A lot. I think, as I mentioned, people are creators of habits, and I assume that it takes around 21 days to create a new habit. So now they've been in this situation of lockdown / staying at home things for many months. So they have learned to use online tools, and especially order online and e-commerce tools for many months and weeks. And so there's very few chance that it's changing. That said, as it goes, I think the social effect is also something that a lot of people are missing, right? To gather, to be able to be together. So that's why it's very important for merchants, small and medium businesses in general, and restaurants in particular to collect the data about their customers, because it also makes sense at some points to reach back out to your customers, to your audience who usually like order for you, like maybe for delivery, and have taken this, to tell them, hey, by the way, we also have an amazing restaurant. Come and visit us and come and have a good time within our restaurant, where it's the best place where you can enjoy our food. Maybe you love our food on delivery, but there will never be a better place for you to enjoy our food, and have a good time than in our restaurants. So again, I'm talking about taking back control. It doesn't mean to like only push for selling online for deliveries, but it means to have the choice, because you have access to that data, to have the choice to decide how you want your marketing message to be, and how do you want to deliver that. And in some cases, it can make a lot of sense for restaurants to also bring back people into the restaurant. So I do believe that, and I hope and I believe that people will also go back to restaurants to have great experience, and this is something that you cannot replace. Maybe it will be in a different balance. Maybe before it was maybe like 70-30, 70 dine-in, 30 delivery, and now it's maybe 60 delivery and 40 dine-in. But this 40, it's really important that it exists, and that we also, us at Chatfood, help restaurants to make this 40 and have a great experience. Yes, that's how we see the future moving forward.
Yeah, I guess this is a change. So the equations may change, the percentages may change, but I think also personally, on a personal note, is that it's here for good, online audiences. So thanks a lot for coming on to this podcast, Ben. It's been amazing. Food is very close to my heart. So I guess, and there is no consumer.
Everyone's heart, huh?
Yeah, everyone is, and no consumer is untouched by this online ordering of food. So almost every consumer would have at least one exposure to ordering food online. So that's amazing. So thanks a lot. So I guess if somebody wants to get in touch with you, LinkedIn would be a good platform. And if any restaurant owners are listening to this podcast, Ben can be reached on LinkedIn and on your company's social media pages.
Yeah, or even they can send me an email to ben@chatfood.io. Awesome. I would be very happy to get in touch with them and have a good chat about how we could eventually help them.
Thanks a lot, Ben.
Thank you for inviting me, and have a great end of the day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.